Even early on, it is obvious that a young Michael Jackson was blessed with many gifts. A warm and dynamic singing voice, electric danceability, charm, and a cherubic smile. A smile that lit up his whole face from within and truly embodied the joyful mood of many of the Jackson 5's early hits. As he grew into adulthood, his mischievous smile to many represented his childlike sensibilities, his endless zest for life, creativity, and a passion for the world and its people. As Michael Jackson's global profile increased in the world of entertainment, his kilowatt smile embodied that dazzling glamour of Hollywood and show business. For a man who it has been well documented to have had many insecurities when it came to his appearance, his teeth and smile never appeared to be one of them, an aspect of his looks that remained unchanged for many years despite his other physical transformations. To many of his fans around the world, Michael Jackson's music is some of their most beloved, but his personal favorite song was reportedly not one of his own. Based on the theme song used in the soundtrack for Charlie Chaplin's 1936 film Modern Times, the track was later called Smile, after John Turner and Geoffrey Parsons added lyrics to the track in 1954. Jackson loved the song and its sentiment so much he recorded it. The singer tells the listener to cheer up and that there is always the possibility of a brighter tomorrow, just as long as you smile. Indicative of Michael Jackson's personal mantra that to spread love and joy to others, then you must outwardly embody that sentiment yourself. An admirable mindset, also expressed in another Michael Jackson classic from his 1987 Bad album, Man in the Mirror. However, by the late 1990s, many fans noticed his famous smile would change forever, and its magnetism would never quite be recaptured. In later years, the King of Pop's smile wouldn't appear as present as in previous years, and the new look was somewhat unnerving. This may have been for several reasons, but it has yet to be fully explained. The first possible being that during the late 1990s, Michael Jackson was having significant issues with his nose. Described by doctors as having a nasal cripple, Jackson could no longer breathe through his nose. From images, it is clear from his side profile that Michael Jackson's nose lacked any projection, as though it had collapsed onto itself. And also, he didn't have enough nasal passage for his nose to function for breathing. Due to the deterioration of Michael's nose during this period, this may have affected surrounding areas of his face, including his upper lip, which many have commented appeared motionless, as though Jackson suffered from paralysis due to nerve damage after extensive surgeries to rectify his long-standing problematic nose, causing his upper lip to cover the majority of his top teeth when he smiled as a result. Some have even suggested that Michael Jackson had surgeries on his lips that altered their appearance and thus affecting his smile. Although Jackson's lips appeared thinner, especially the lower lip from the late 1980s on, surgery is unlikely. This is due to Michael Jackson's lip shape appearing relatively unaltered throughout the years, as he didn't have particularly large lips in the first place, and any reduction in their size is more likely due to the natural aging process. In fact, in later years, images would suggest he had filler added to his lips, particularly his upper lip, to give the appearance of fullness rather than to reduce them. Other changes which may have affected his smile is the makeup tattooing Michael Jackson had done to define his lip shape, giving him permanent lip liner and his lips a pinkish tone, creating a much more prominent Cupid's bow as a result. A procedure conducted for his own convenience, so Jackson didn't have to line his lips every morning or worry about it rubbing off throughout the day or while performing. From the early 2000s, Michael also indulged in other less invasive beauty treatments to maintain his looks. One was the use of Botox injections to manage fine lines and wrinkles that appear on the face due to the aging process. This product, however, can also give you a more frozen appearance and make certain facial expressions like smiling, laughing, and crying appear forced and unnatural, contributing to Michael losing his dazzling smile as a result. Another aspect of Michael Jackson's condition during this period that may have affected his appearance was his spiraling addiction to prescription medication. Becoming a lot more unmanageable from the late 1990s onwards, Jackson was prescribed sedatives that helped him to manage pain from surgery and physical injury, as well as allowed him to relax and sleep better. But this may have affected his appearance during this time, as such drugs can cause the user to look drowsy, as though they aren't entirely present or fully engaged in their facial expressions, overall affecting his trademark, kilowatt smile. But what do you think? Is there anything here you think we missed? Or do you think there is one factor in particular that forever altered the King of Pop's signature smile? Let us know in the comments below.